Obviously, going into a big finale, it looks like a lot at stake here. You're trying to stop this threat with Metatron, but now you're kind of having to keep an eye on Dean at the same time. How is that sort of dealing? How is he dealing with all that?
Yeah, so we see Dean in a situation that Sam was in season 4. So we see Dean going through this kind of storyline where he has a power that only he has, only he can kind of harness it, and he thinks he's doing the right thing, but what power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? So we see Sam kind of saying to Dean, I've been where you are, and this isn't good. Like, you had to pull me off the edge last time, and now here I am 5 years later, having to do the same to you. And it's a position that Sam doesn't necessarily want to be in, but he has to kind of take one for the team and do what's necessary. We do see it come to a head, and we see both a clash in the finale, but we also see the brothers do what everybody wants the brothers to do and sort of be there for each other. I hope that was champagne.
Or a balloon. A lot of excitement.
As long as it's like healthy, safe excitement.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I have to ask what it's like working with Curtis Armstrong, just because like everyone, I grew up watching him, and he's such an interesting energy.
He's badass. It's one of these situations where I'm a fan of his, and I have been long before I ever met him or got to work with him. And he's such a fantastic actor, and like a people's actor. And he's there, and he's in the scene, and he knows, and he brings. It was really fun to do the scenes where I was Gadriel, the angel, and he was Metatron, he was my boss. Because I'm a very big guy, and he's not a very big guy. And so to have this physical presence over him, but he had this mental ability and mental presence to where when in the scenes, I felt like he was my master, I felt like he was my boss. And he sort of, Metatron put Gadriel in his place. It was just really cool, and he's such a wonderful. One of the great things about Supernatural is we can do that. We can go to these crazy situations. We've done 195 episodes, and you can kind of just toss a storyline out there, and we find an actor that can do it, and he's really enriched the show. And I feel like with his involvement, the show could go however long we want it to, because he just brings so much to the table.
As you mentioned, you have so many episodes behind you, but 10 seasons, very few shows reach that achievement. What's that like to realize, you're going into season 10?
Ask me when the show's over. I don't know. I feel like every season, both when the pilot got picked up, I sort of had the same feeling of like, I can't believe the pilot got picked up. And then season 2, and we're like, we made it. We made the switch from WB to CW. And then season 3, and the writer's strike, and season 4. And now every year that goes on, I feel more and more like it's so difficult to comprehend. But I'm really excited. And I've grown up on the show, and Sam has grown up. And I've become a father. I have 2 kids and a wife, and I have gray hair. I get hangovers. And Sam wakes up every day and he's fine, so I can't bitch and complain, right?
What do you think the secret is to the show's success that's managed to last this long?
God, that's a great question. I feel like we have really innovative writers who are willing to push the envelope. As far as the actors go, Jensen, Misha, Curtis, Mark Shepard, myself, and everybody else involved, I feel like we're all really excited to be a part of the show and very grateful. And so I feel like whatever the writers do, we're excited to do it. So there's a nice synergy between the writers wanting to be playful and the actors wanting to play. And the audience obviously has stuck with us. There have been some great episodes, there have been some shitty episodes, but they forgive us and they carry on. They say, hey, Michael Jordan didn't hit 100% of his shots. Tiger Woods doesn't make all hole-in-ones. So it's nice. It feels like there's a very family-style relationship between the actors, the writers, the fans, the advertisers. Who knows? I wish I had the answer. If you could bottle it, you'd be a very rich man.